After a unanimous vote conducted by the senior class of 2013, it was decided to have a guest speaker at our commencement. There was not a list of people to whom we could choose, but when given the opportunity to nominate an individual, the same name was written over and over again. This person has been with our class since the year 2000, when we first started our educational journey in kindergarten. She has been to every academic award ceremony, field day, sporting event, dance, and school-related vacation that our graduating class has experienced. We were blessed with having her in our lives, along with our beloved classmate, her son, Dakota. Dakota impacted each and every one of our lives, and that would not have been possible without the love and support that he received from Heather on a daily basis. Throughout everything she has done for Dakota and for our class, she is just as much a part of the 2013 family as any one of these graduates, and we treasure the strength and grace she has demonstrated over the years. It is my honor to introduce this year's guest speaker, a woman to whom we all know and love, Miss Heather Williams.
So this is what you do to me for taking pictures of you for 12 years and threatening to use them at graduation. Well, as a parent, we watch our kids, protect our kids, and pray for our kids. We only want what is best for them. We guide them daily through situations, good or bad. Then the time comes when we have to turn them loose and hope that the advice we've offered somehow, some way sunk in, even though they already knew it all. When they make mistakes, big or small, we love them through it and teach them forgiveness. We give them what they need in order to, in turn, see that when they finally earn their wings, they'll fly higher than we could ever have imagined they would go. I have had a unique experience in the time I've spent with London City Schools. My oldest son, Dakota Williams, required 24-hour care, and so the day he started kindergarten was the beginning of my second journey through a public school system. How many parents felt the fear and anxiety that day, sending off your little ones to be cared for, taught, and befriended by faces you'd only been introduced to briefly before? No worries, though, because I believe that it was me that had been the most nervous and scared in kindergarten that day. You see, I was not only introducing my son to a whole new world, but I had to do this, knowing that physically, he was a lot different than the other kids who walked into school that day. Dakota was born with a muscle disease called Nemaline myopathy. He required a ventilator to breathe, a communication device to clarify his words, and as most of you remember, one really quick wheelchair to get where he needed to be. The most amazing thing about Dakota was the fact that everything that was wrong with him showed. You see, I was blessed with a son who was generous, caring, smart, witty, and so very loving. It was this class of 2013 that helped me recognize these things daily in him, and it was him that showed me that this class is full of kids with those very qualities themselves. When I was asked to say something at this graduation, I had so many mixed feelings. First, I would never tell this group of kids no if they needed me for anything. Second, I like public speaking about as much as I enjoy flying, but I don't believe they prescribe medicine for this. Third, what advice can I offer after 12 years with this group of kids that I haven't given yet? And most of all, I had hesitations because I didn't want to be angry. You see, I supported Dakota daily in this journey, and to not be able to see him live out his senior year, I thought it would make me somewhat bitter. Then I came to realize something very important. I did see him everywhere his senior year. I saw him in The Girl Loving Life, singing her heart out with the choir. I saw him performing in the musical as the lead with the most beautiful voice. I saw him in The Basketball Player who waited his whole high school career just to start, and in the cheerleaders, encouraging their teams to play their very best. I saw him in the class officers learning how to lead, and I saw him in the students anxiously awaiting to hear back from that school that they just needed to be accepted to. I saw him through the eyes of a student going on faraway journeys to lend a hand to those in need. And in a boy with a winning smile who I watched deal with family struggles through his young life, overcome them, enter into the National Honor Society, and become captain of his high school football team. You see, I had nothing to be angry about today, because looking at this group of kids makes me see my son doing everything he dreamed of. We aren't guaranteed to float through life without struggles. This world is not perfect. Many of you have watched me go through my most difficult time this past year. But I feel like today I am a better person than I ever was because I had Dakota in my life. He opened my eyes to see that people who are different are still very beautiful. And I believe that this class was a huge part of that. You took in a person who didn't look capable and accepted him as one of you. You never questioned, can he or will he? And when he may have automatically been overlooked by a substitute teacher or anyone else, you were the first ones to stand up and speak when he couldn't. From here, I believe that will make a huge difference in who you are and who you will become. Today is not the end, this is just your beginning. So after listening to me for the last 12 years, here's my advice to you. Remember him. Dakota loved each one of you in this class. He worried about things like prom, grades, and college, just like you. He loved nothing more than making someone smile, but his path stopped short of where he was planning to go. Remember him? When you ace your first college paper, build a house, and start your family. But most of all, remember him when you look around and see someone that everybody else has discounted the potential in. You were given a gift of knowing that those people are the ones who can show what a person is truly capable of doing when all the cards are stacked against them. So graduates, I'm so thankful you asked me to be here to say you did it. And to include my sweet Dakota in this class one more time, I say to you, congratulations, London High School class of 2013. You've earned your wings, and I can't wait to watch you fly.